Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is Ben. I never thought I'd come to you Christmas night. I think it's about midnight. It's actually about Christmas. Santa's already came. But anyways, the point here is, guys, that I want to make a quick video for you because I just got questioned on Twitter about something extremely interesting. So I made this statement. I said that I believe that for the foreseeable future, I believe that Ethereum is actually better tokenomically than Bitcoin. And somebody pushed back against that. Friend of the channel, King Solomon over there on the XRP Army. And he said, well, yeah, but isn't there an infinite supply? Well, yes, there is an infinite supply of Ethereum. However, I said for the foreseeable future, there's a reason for that. Now, when you look at ETH 2.0, when you look at the merge, this dropped the inflation rate by 90 to 95%. The inflation rate right now for Ethereum, you guys can check this out on, I think it's either ultra.soundmoney or either ultrasound.money, whatever it is, probably ultrasound.money. You guys can check this out. The inflation rate of Ethereum right now is 0.1%. So I did some math. I got out a little spreadsheet. Maybe I'll show you guys a spreadsheet next week that I made. It's pretty creative, if I do say so myself. And what I started doing is I started looking at, what I did is I multiplied, let me start over. I started with 2009 when Bitcoin started, right? January 2009. Every 4 years, of course, the first one was technically 3 years. From 2009 to 2012, that was the first halving. The next halving was 2016, then was 2020. We know the block rewards for the first Bitcoin round or the first Bitcoin cycle was 50 Bitcoin per block. It dropped to 25, dropped to 6.25. And so I used some Excel spreadsheets and some math and some formulas to be able to map out the entire Bitcoin cycle, like future, from 2009 all the way to 2140, which is in fact when we should have the last Bitcoin cycle. And what I did is I cut the block rewards in half. And then to double check it, I took all of the block rewards, all of the rewards per block, and then I multiplied that by 210,000, which is the number of blocks that it takes to get to to the next halving. And my column perfectly added up to 21 million. So I know that this math is correct. So the question is, when will Bitcoin inflation be lower than Ethereum's current inflation? Okay. So it's actually much sooner than I thought, but in fact, right now, it's much higher. I think the inflation rate right now is like 6%, somewhere around there. It's going to drop to, don't quote me on that number. I didn't check that specifically, but this is what I do know. In 2028, okay, in 2028 to 2032, the inflation rate of Bitcoin will be 1.5%. Okay, I messed that up. It's 0.15%. Excuse me. It's 0.15%. So that would mean right now it's like 0.6%. That makes a lot more sense. So it's 0.15% in 2028 to 2032. In 2032, that cuts basically in half down to like 0.075%. Okay. So in 2032, that is when we will see the inflation rate of Bitcoin go lower than the inflation rate of Ethereum. So that means for the next 10 years, Ethereum is going to be superior to Bitcoin tokenomically. It's going to be adding less Ethereum per year, percentage-wise, than Bitcoin is. And you can look and you say, oh, well, the supply, the supply of Bitcoin is only 21 million. The supply of Ethereum is, this number. Well, that is really an arbitrary number, to be honest with you. Like, yeah, you don't want it to be in the billions. It affects the price, whatever it might be. But in reality, it's the inflation rate of these assets that is really, really, really drastically important when you're comparing them. So the fact is, for the next 10 years, the Ethereum inflation rate will be lower than that of Bitcoin. So drop me down below in the comments. Merry Christmas, first and foremost. But I want to know from you guys, which one do you think is better? Do you think Ethereum will flip in Bitcoin? It will pass Bitcoin in market cap? Let me know. That's all I got. Be blessed. Merry Christmas. Remember the reason for the season. BitBoy out.